Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the real United States and welcome to Hains Point Park. One thing that Washington D.C. has probably more than anything is parks. There are circles and parks and squares, but they're all parks. And this is one of the larger ones here in the Washington D.C. area, along with Rock Creek Park that we took you to during the winter. This is Hains Point Park. It's on the southern tip of a peninsula here that's formed between the Potomac River and the Washington Channel. And it's technically not an island, or not a peninsula, it's technically an island, because there is a little tiny slit of water that goes by the tidal basin, which segregates it from the rest of the landscape, but generally it's thought of as a peninsula. So we're down here on a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon, just to show you yet another of the magnificent parks here. And there's a lot of people here, but we're way down at the furthest end of the peninsula. If you look on the map, you'll see this stretch of land stretching down from near the tidal basin in Washington, D.C., which is right near the Lincoln Memorial. Well, this, as you come down along downstream along the Potomac, this is the park you will find. Beautifully groomed park, very nice. It's 330 acres and has about 320 parking places. So there's lots of places to park, and people from all around the metropolitan area come here to picnic and to play sports and to go fishing. And there's a pool here actually, and there's a golf course. So there's a lot of different activities that families come and spend the weekends doing here. It's a very popular place for biking and inline skating. A lot of runners come here. So I don't know what these trees are. This is kind of an interesting conifer that we have around here, and I'm going to look that up when I get home, and maybe I'll even get to it in time before this is posted so I can put it on the screen. But it's kind of cool. I got a very round little golf ball kind of shaped cone on them. So I don't know if these are cypress or, not cypress, but sycamore or something like that. But not sycamore, cypress. I was right the first time. I should trust myself. Anyway, the park actually is circled by Ohio Drive, which we have shot a lot of video from in the past. It's the main road that runs right down along the Potomac River near the Washington Memorial. And I guess it's about 3.2 miles, as near as anybody has been able to calculate, of Ohio Drive comes down, and most of it's one way. It comes down, circles around the park, and goes back up the other side, coming down by the Washington Canal and going back up along the Potomac. So the traffic is not really a terrible problem here. What there is a problem with is navigating around the bikers and the runners and people getting in and out of parking places. That can be a little hairy. So, but this is a beautiful place, and I'm really hoping that before summer's out that I'm going to get to bring Beverly down here for a picnic, and maybe we won't even bring a camera. I don't know. It's kind of rare for us to go out and not bring a camera. But this is part of the park system, which is under the auspices of the National Park Service and the National Park Police, along with, like the National Mall and all these other parks that fall inside of Washington, D.C. We're not far from the marinas that are on the other side of the Washington Channel. They where a lot of people keep their boats, or people that are transients who come in and out as they're passing through stay. So this is a very, very busy area, and yet there's still plenty of room to get in and have a good time. I'm surprised that I'm sitting on the edge of this huge field at the very end of the peninsula, that there isn't a soccer game or a baseball game or something like that. Now, check this out, folks. We're going to break here. There's a huge, huge cruise ship or yacht or something coming by us. Is this cool or what? Now, it looks like it's some sort of a cruise. 3 decks high, lots of windows. This appears to be a cruise ship. Oh, and coming south, there's definitely a single-decked cruise ship coming along that we see here. This is a tour boat. They run a lot of tours here in the Potomac. This taller vessel looks like it'd be a fun trip to take. And of course, just beyond that is the Ronald Reagan National Airport, which we did a short episode on back during the spring. So maybe one of these days we'll get to go ahead and show you the view from one of these tour boats if Beverly and I can find the time and the wherewithal to go ahead and get out on one of those. You see there's a nice railing here. People like to come in along and fish. There's a gentleman down here fishing, and a nice walkway all the way around the periphery so you can walk right on the waterway. Now I know this sounds a bit like a bit like an ad or a hype for the Washington, D.C. and their parks, and it's not. This is just part of the life that we're leading right now. And Bev and I do like to get out of the house occasionally and go to the park or go down by the water. And so this is one of the things that we like to do, and obviously thousands of other people in the area, as you'll see, from our footage, like to come and do. So it's not a sales pitch by any stretch of the imagination. This is just one of the things that we do here for relaxation. So I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Real United States. I hope you've enjoyed this visit to Hains Point Park. If you haven't already, I seriously encourage you to subscribe and come along for the adventure. We love having everybody with us. If you've got questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. I try to get back to everybody I can. And as always, thank you for watching. Now, before I go, we've shot some rolling footage of the entire trip around Hains Point Park. And I'd like to go ahead and I'm going to put that in here now. If you'd like to see the entire tour, then please hang on to the end of the video. And if not, it's been a pleasure having you with us, and thank you so much.